All right, so I just want to talk with you guys today. If you are somebody who makes on-camera content, you're making content maybe a little bit similar to mine, where you're just getting up here and you can kind of talk. I want to talk with y'all about being able to have it be more of a riff or more of a outlined type of thing. You know, scripting, I don't think it's ever really a good thing to do it on here, but outlining, how much do we outline and how much do we script? No, how much do we outline and how much do we riff off of it? Like just kind of flowing. So this is something I want to like talk about, dive into, see what you guys' experiences is with this. Because this has been something I've been asking myself over and over and over again. And it's always a question that's going to be there. Let me check my audio real quick. All right, so it's always a question that's going to be there, my bad. But it's always something that's like, okay, how much do we do either or? And even today is something where I woke up, I didn't have the most energy. I didn't have the most energy to outline 7 videos, which is always a tough thing, man. I'm trying to do 5 videos a day. But I was like, okay, let me just kind of get up here and see where we can get to if we just start with like maybe a question, if we just start with something that we could riff off of. But it's like, how much, if we just riff off of it, sometimes you're going to feel like you're not going anywhere. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're not getting anywhere and giving you guys the most value that I can, man, giving you the most value that I can. And I wonder what's been your experience with that, man, because I feel like I always want to give you guys, I always want to give you value. I always want to give you the most value that I can. And if I just get up here and I ramble, I always feel bad about that. But today I was actually like kind of going back and forth with it with ChatGPT, seeing where I can get with it. And I think if we can riff in a way where it's like an energy, a vibe, a flow, like a conversation, it makes you stand out on YouTube. It makes you actually have this authenticity and bring that uniqueness out of you. But sometimes it's hard to get to that. It's hard to get to that ability to do that. For me, when I first started my videos, I was not good at it at all. I was actually pretty damn terrible. Like I would just do this video and I would cut it. I would stop talking, think about what I wanted to say, stop talking, think about what I wanted to say, and do that over and over again until the video is over, and then just edit it in Premiere Pro. I don't think that was the best way, man. It didn't feel authentic. It didn't feel natural. But something else I think is super important for this is the fact that if you do this kind of like riffing, just kind of doing it in one take, it forces you to lock in. It forces you to focus on this. Like I'm focused on you, I'm focused on what I'm bringing you guys. And if I zone out, if I get distracted at all of a sudden I'm going to be out of it. It's like a conversation, man. Y'all been in a conversation where you're like focused, you're in it, and then all of a sudden you get distracted and you lose your whatever you're talking about, your point. But then a lot of times in a conversation, you can kind of just be like, oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about. And then you go back into it. But on video, sometimes we feel kind of bad about that. Like, how do y'all feel about that? When you are talking, you're going, you lose your train of thought, and then you're like, oh, I got to restart the whole video. I got to restart the whole thing because now all of a sudden I lost like everybody. And that might be true, man. That might be true. But what do you guys think about the fact that with AI coming, with all this stuff coming, maybe that's actually the way that we're going to be able to stand out, to connect by being authentic, by being conversational, by being natural. Because the ability to do that is, for one, a skill, but it's also something that's going to be hard to be replicated by an AI, by a ChatGPT, anything like that. Eventually, probably we'll get kind of good at it. But, the mistakes and all the stuff, whatever it might be, is going to be something that's going to help us stand out a little bit. If we can show that we are human, we are natural, we are authentic, we are real people, maybe that's how we actually stand out. But then also, something else that I heard from Jordan Peterson, he said a lot of the times he'll start out his talks with a main question and he will not have an outline. He will not have an outline. He will not have anywhere that he knows that he wants to go with it. He's just going to start riffing off of it. He's just going to start going off of it. Because he said, if you never give yourself kind of like the ability to just go out there and take the leap of faith, take that jump, see where it goes, then you're never going to get to anywhere great. And I started thinking about this, like, what does that actually mean? What is that actually like? What's the core of that? And I think it's a little bit like this. Something I've realized was when I'm making a video, and if I outline a video, then I'm always going to know I'm going to stay within the bounds of this outline. You know what I mean? Which can be good because it takes you on a good track, but it also brings you within this confined space. You're going to go here, then here, then here, then here. But if you have something where you're just like kind of going, like right now, I'm kind of just riffing off it. Maybe it's not the best. Maybe it's not perfect. Maybe I'm talking too fast. Maybe I'm kind of rambling a little bit. But it allows me to see, where does my mind go? It allows me to feel like my subconscious is unlocked. I can go anywhere in my subconscious. Like the Jordan Peterson thing. That thing just came up out of nowhere. So maybe that's actually a way that we can like kind of unlock our subconscious, allow it to just come out, and boom, all of a sudden these things that we would have never expected and we might not have come up with if we just sat down and thought about it. All of a sudden they just come out. But what's been your guys' experience with this, man? What's been your experience with being able to outline versus being able to just flow? If you're making videos like this, I would love to know your experience with it, because there's honestly not too much out there. And I'm sure that you guys have experienced that too, man. I love you guys. Let me know down in the comments below, man. I love you guys so much. Peace.